I'd just like to offer to begin that there is great power in creativity. The word create comes from the Latin word cultivare, which means to make grow, as in the act of cultivating plants in a garden. So just as a seed will produce plants, some unique form of life, when provided with the right elements for its growth, we can cultivate ideas or experiences and express them into form. So in this session, we're going to be using conflict as our seed. We all have conflict come up in our lives. The tendency is to want to get rid of it, push it away. Sometimes we don't even know what it is, and we're just feeling a vague sense of confusion or irritation or some kind of tension in our bodies. So in this session, we're going to honor our conflict, whatever it is, as an opportunity for creative expression, to discover how our thoughts and feelings can function as our guides. So we're going to dig into the ground of our own witnessing selves and find the soil of growth and creativity. And in this process, we cultivate and nourish a new experience of our own selves, stopping the unconscious reaction and feeling the power in whatever it is that spurred us to create. So take a moment, close your eyes, feeling a sense of grounding with the earth and your connection with the floor beneath the soles of your feet, allowing yourself to experience the roots of yourself deep into the earth that wants nothing more than to nourish you and to feed you with her energy. So feel this energy coming up through the soles of your feet as a beam of light, turning on the light inside your feet and up through your ankles and through your calves and your thighs, your knees, your pelvis and your genitals. And take a deep breath into the belly, into the solar plexus and into your heart and your shoulders, down your arms, just feeling yourself fully embodied with this light to the tips of your fingers and up the arms into your neck, into the center of your brain, and feeling your brain light up so you can fully experience everything that you are, into the center of the brain, lighting up your third eye, and feeling your crown open up to the light in the center of the universe that also wants to feed you. So allowing that light to pour back in through the top of the head and down through the body, down to the soles of your feet, feeling a connection with the center of the universe and the heart of Mother Earth. Get a sense of whatever conflict is coming up for you. So just choose something, some kind of agitation that you've been feeling, either with a person, or could be even a thing or a place, your environment, whatever it is. Just get a sense of something. And from that space, I'll give you a few moments to just get a sense of what that is you want to work with as your guide for this creative process. Take a deep breath, allowing yourself a strong sense of that experience. Open your eyes. And with the materials you have in front of you, we're going to start to make marks. So amplify that feeling, that conflict, whatever it is, and get a sense of it. What color is it? Is it bright? Is it dull? Is it angular? Is it rounded shapes? Is it a large mass or small particles of shape? Is it raucous? Is it quiet? So taking the tools you've brought to the session, allow yourself to get to the paper and scribble, splat, whatever it is you've brought. Just start to express whatever has come up for you. Allowing that conflict to be your guide. Does it feel contracted? Does it feel crazy? Does it feel like quiet with withdrawn tightness? Whatever it is, allow it to be there. And allow it to be your teacher. If you feel any tension coming up in your body, just allow yourself to experience that and let that guide your expression. If you feel pains coming up, allow that to be your guide. Whatever it is, it's okay. Just let it flow. Whatever wants to be expressed, let that come forward. Let that come through. You can allow your expression to let you know what wants to be said. Whatever's coming through, let it speak to you.
No, I'm not. I'm just...
Make sure you're allowing the breath to move fully through your body. If there's any contraction at all, let that be expressed. If you have anger coming up, let that be expressed. Whatever it is. You have sadness coming through. Ask it what it wants you to know. We'll give you a couple more minutes. What is your reaction trying to tell you? What wants to be grounded into form? How can you allow this conflict to be present without judging it as bad? It will give you about 30 more seconds, and then we're going to stop and have a look at what you've created and thank it for opening you to a deeper understanding of whatever it was that triggered this expression. And look at the total picture, and within that, find a detail that offers some relief and some resolution, some current that shifts the feeling, and cut that piece out from the whole. Now we're going to make a greeting card to this conflict. So you can either rip it out or cut it if you have some scissors, and take another sheet of paper and applying it to this other sheet of paper. If you don't have anything to apply it with, you can just put it down on the paper, and alongside this detail, this piece that you've cut out from the whole, make a thank you card. And thank this conflict for giving you the inspiration or revealing whatever it was that needed to be known that creates resolution. So you can cultivate this new feeling that's emerged out of the massive entanglement. And move your consciousness into the wholeness and the love that you are, thanking yourself and whatever conflict it was you brought to this session for giving you this opportunity for a new way of being. And with that, I invite Cornelia to take over. Thank you.
Stay with some of that energy for the moment. Just stay with that sense of appreciation that's arising. And letting our breath deepen even more, if that's possible. Perhaps slowing down. Letting a sense of fuller consciousness move through the physical body. Any insights that have come forward, letting them be integrated in our cellular level. And as we do that, letting the body shift a little bit. So whether it's moving the spine or the shoulders, letting the body shift as we integrate the appreciation and the understanding. Through our neural pathways, through the cells of the physical body. Finding a piece of paper, a pen, something to make marks with again. And this time we'll be using language. We're going to work with the energy in our physical body to invite a deeper conversation with the part of us that exists before time. Letting the belly feel safe and soft, the hips, the chest and the heart open, the shoulders. And if it's useful for you, creating a sense of light around your physical body, perhaps even a perimeter. Setting this time aside, this experience aside, in some form of cloistering. And if it's useful, in some form of protection. We each come into this body, into this lifetime, with spectacular talents and gifts. It's not personal. It's part of the software that we come in with. And that's the part of ourselves we're going to have a conversation with. So let's feel through the physical body and particularly through the heart. Perhaps for you it's also the crown or the feet. And into the part of yourself that always existed. That part of ourselves that we just know as us, as our identity, as what we are. There tends not to be language around it. There tends not to be a way of even describing it. It tends to be the part of us that words always fall short. And letting that feeling magnify. And then the question we're going to ask that part of ourselves is what gifts came in as part of this journey that are meant to be shared. These existed before the physical body, before our ego, before our thoughts about ourselves. They're simply talents, strengths, qualities that we recognize, that others have recognized. We're going to spend a little bit of time magnifying them, giving attention to. So if one or more answers have come up, taking a moment to write those down. And now we're going to take a few minutes to have a conversation with that part of ourselves and those specific capabilities as if they were in another. I'm going to describe them as if they were part of another person who we cared for and loved deeply. And you'll have a few minutes, so let yourself go deeply into describing those gifts, those talents, taking a look at what we have put on our page, perhaps reading through it. And now I ask you to Look at those callings, those gifts, as if they were in another person, and have enormous appreciation, enormous respect for these talents and callings. Bringing that within our own heart, our own body, feeling the respect for them existing within us. Then letting your eyes close as we consolidate this feeling in the physical body. And the space around the body. At a molecular level, feeling the cells light up with sparks. And this awareness is acknowledged as these gifts are appreciated throughout the physical body, feeling all of the cells light up. Magnifying this so that we feel it move out beyond our physical body. Allowing the strength of this to push out any doubt, regret, shame, fear, any sense of unempowerment. Clearing the aura completely. We light up. Staying with this feeling through the physical body and the space around the body, and consolidating this feeling, memorizing this feeling. Imprinting this feeling very specifically, not as a thought or an idea, but as a full felt experience that we can return to at any point. Taking a couple more breaths to deepen into the imprinting and the memorizing. Now feeling forward into this particular day. As to what we can allow to unfold, to open, to be, to choose, to express. So in a moment, we're going to open our eyes, partway looking down. But when we do, we're going to keep this awareness that we've magnified fully present. Letting the eyes open partway looking down. Maybe the eyes are softly unfocused. Continuing to embody the awareness and the felt experience of our gifts, our calling, our talents that are impersonal. They exist before the ego, before this lifetime, before our thoughts about ourselves. Letting that be present while our eyes are partly open. And in a moment, we're going to open our eyes fully, but when we do, we want to maintain most of our awareness internally. We want to maintain 80% of our awareness internally, inside our felt experience of ourselves. As true, as strong, as real as our own being. So when you're ready, start to play with opening your eyes even more, but maintaining about 80% of your awareness internally. With your safety, with your heart, with your talents, with the part of us that lives before time and is always present. Before we engage the outer world, letting the body move softly, and in a moment I'm going to turn it over to Lou, who's going to take you into more movement. But before I do, just let your body move slowly and softly, starting to integrate the ability to hold our attention on the felt experience of our eternal nature and the awareness, the impersonal awareness of our gift while moving the physical body. Now, Lou, if you can take us.
Sure, you guys can turn your video on if you want, and we'll all have a dance party. allow yourself to just shake it out, whatever you have in your body that might be tight or wants to be expressed. The creativity coming through creates a lot of energy. Now pulling the energy back inside the body, feeling yourself fully charged with the light of your own divine self and the creative force that moves through us all and connects us all throughout time, through eternity, around this globe that we all are settled on for the time being in these physical bodies. Dance of consciousness playing with us, and we with it. release of a nice big hug for allowing yourself to move so deeply inside your own creative spirit and coming to this meeting and celebrating that with us, with yourself. Thank you. And we would love it if people would like to share what's come up.
Ah, beautiful, amazing. Thank you, thank you. Loving the movement and loving all of your beings, the voices, the music. Thank you, Lou.
Thanks.
Thank you, Cornelia, Puyan. Beautiful, I love it. I want to do this every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much for being here, for your presence.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for being in this session today. It was somehow fun and creative. I thank Lou and Cornelia and Pastor Mike to Cornelia and Lou to navigate us for the rest of the session. Thank you.
Thank you for this music.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. So we have a couple of minutes left, and it's sometimes useful to
Recording stopped.
to presence ourselves by saying something out loud that has come up. And sometimes we're doing it to share it, and sometimes we're just doing it to have said it out loud and have had it come out of our throat as something that's a truth and important for us. So I invite you to, if there's something that's come up that's that feels like it's useful for you to put into this world at this time, then I invite you to unmute yourselves and do that.
And show us what you've created, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, if
It'd be really fun to see what came up.
Yeah, images that, again, it's that same, there's profound value in presencing ourselves, since we really are here on the planet as matter,
Thank you all for bringing this together. And my doggie brought this joy, and I had read that the dogs in the war zones are so supportive, and my doggie was just sitting there like, oh, I want to be part of this, and he jumped in my lap. There he is. Hello, Lexi.
Yeah.